Hey guys and girls, non-binary squirrels, and welcome to Urghh podcast with me, really, Lyndon. Another episode here. We're just going to be chatting and just letting you know what's going on. What is going on? Oh, I've got so much going on at the moment. Like, I'm doing podcasts. I'm not long getting over surgery in June. I had surgery in June. It was a massive surgery. I'm not sure I want to bore you with the details of the surgery, but I guess I'm going to have to at some point talk about it because it's been a really big part of my life for the last 3 months almost. What else is going on? Well, in the wider world, we've got the presidential elections coming up in America, and there's been like a second assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It's fucking mad. Like, I see politics in a weird way, right? I see politics a little bit like WWE wrestling. Like, it's fun to watch and it's entertaining, but I know it's bullshit and it's fake. But it's just getting crazy, and it's sort of like it's getting crazy in a way that I don't know what's going to happen going forward. Like, so the first assassination attempt, right? Young guy manages to get a gun somehow, gets on a roof, sloped roof at a rally, takes a shot or a few shots at Donald Trump, kills a couple of people, bless them, and shoots Donald Trump in the ear. Firstly, and no disrespect to the dude, how you miss a face that looks like that, a big orange, huge head. And, you know, I'm glad he wasn't like fatally wounded, because that would be fucking awful. But they were saying as well, like news reports were saying, this guy had some training at school, he was a good shot. But how you're missing something that looks like a giant pumpkin, I don't know. But anyway, he managed to, he got shot in the ear. He managed to survive that through, I don't know, luck, an act of God, if you believe in God. But anyway, there's some controversy about that. What's the conspiracy behind it? Was it allowed to happen? All this sort of madness. I don't know. I used to be really into conspiracies. I like watching, or I used to love watching YouTube videos about conspiracies, but it would fuck with my head a little bit, especially if I wasn't in a good headspace. I'd go down really crazy rabbit holes. I now listen to, Conspiracy Social Club, Deep Waters. And I've gone back to listen again because I used to listen to them with Sam Tripoli and Brian Callen, but now it's Sam and I can't remember the other guy's name, bless him, but he's good as well. Brian Callen doesn't really do it anymore, but I go back and listen to that, and that's a comedy podcast. This is not sponsored by this vape. And yeah, it's entertaining, like, and that's how I see conspiracies now. It's more entertainment and silliness and that sort of stuff. But the conspiracies surrounding Donald Trump at the moment it's just crazy. It's like, is it like, does the other side just want him to disappear that badly that they would maybe encourage people to go out and commit murder? I don't know if they're intentionally doing that or whether that's just a byproduct of people calling him Hitler and saying that he's trying to destroy democracy, and if he takes over as president again, he'll be a dictator, which is crazy because we saw Donald Trump as president. He wasn't a dictator then, so I don't know why he'd suddenly become a dictator in the future. Sorry, I just had to bat a fly away then. That's my first and only viewer of this podcast. Yeah, but it's sort of like the dude is not safe. And then the second attempt was some guy who, he just looked fucking unhinged as well. I saw a quick clip of him on a video that he posted online, and there's some controversy. He's been trying to recruit people to go to the Ukraine and all this sort of stuff. I don't know what's going on there. He just looked fucking mental though, and well, I guess you'd have to be if you're looking to shoot the ex-president of the United States of America. You have to be a little bit unhinged, right? And he essentially, from what I can glean, and I haven't looked heavily into it, hid in a bush for 12 hours on the golf course where Donald Trump is likely to be, and took a shot at him. Didn't manage to hurt him or anything, and then shots were exchanged, and then he managed to escape in a car or in a vehicle, and then they cornered him and I guess he's been arrested. But it's like the Secret Service would have not. If I was Donald Trump, right, why is he not fucking going around in like a, I was going to say a pimpmobile then. Why is he not travelling around in like a popemobile? Like, dude, people are trying to kill you, not just one lone gunman. This is the second dude. And don't think for a second that there's not more of the woke brigade or, I don't know, just unhinged people. Not that woke people are unhinged, or maybe they are, I don't know. But this isn't a one-off. Well, it's definitely not a one-off because it's the second time it's happened. But people are looking to hurt you, dude. And it doesn't look like the Secret Service or your safety detail are doing their job right. So, yeah, I don't know. He needs to be wearing... He needs to be in Popemobile. He needs to be just big, thick plastic glass to make sure that no one can kill him. Do you know what? See if he does become... Well, here's the thing, right? If he does become... I need to let you know as well, right, before I continue speaking about this. I don't know fuck all about politics. Like I said, I see it a little bit like WWE wrestling. I'm not a political pundit. I've got no knowledge about that stuff, really. This is just thoughts that I have. I listen to a few shows. I watch a few shows. Regurgitate some old bollocks. This is just my view. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. Regardless of what happens when the election happens and the results come through, it's going to be... the shit is going to hit the fan. Because either people are going to be really angry that Donald Trump is now president of the United States of America again, and they're going to have to boost his security detail even more so, because people are just going to look to take him out. Or he doesn't become president of the United States of America. He claims foul play, of course. He did it before. Then we have maybe like a January 6th episode again where they're storming the Capitol, which is crazy. Storming the Capitol strong. A lot of people turned up who were angry and stuff. It wasn't a coup. Some people said it was an insurrection. It wasn't an insurrection. It was just lunatics turning up that were inspired to do something and thought, I don't know. But it's not an insurrection by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not going to be smooth, is it? This thing, I don't know. Just this whole election campaign is crazy. But I can't imagine. Obviously, it's Kamala Harris now. And I would have said if it was Biden, Biden's not going to last another 4 years. But I can't see, if Donald Trump makes it to president, I can't see him lasting 4 years without another assassination attempt. I just can't see that happening. And what are the chances that there's going to be 3 attempts on his life and he doesn't die? Like, touch wood. And I'm not Donald Trump's biggest fan. You know, I don't know. A lot of what he gets up to, it's like, clearly your ego is huge, dude. And that's fine, it is what it is. But you're the leader of the free world, potentially. And, you know, have a little bit of decency, you know, not to just be a troll. Because he acts like a troll. Like when he was saying, calling... What was it? He called Rosie O'Donnell like a pig or a dog or something. And just how he talks about women and like, I wouldn't even say he's a misogynist, right? But sometimes he behaves misogynistically. So I wouldn't say he's racist, but sometimes he'll say, you know, he'll behave in certain ways that look dodgy and blah, blah, blah. You have your own views about Donald Trump. I don't care what they are, to be honest. And you shouldn't care what mine are. I'm just speaking out my hole. But what I will say is, I don't want the guy to die. I don't want him to be president. I don't not want him to be president. I just want America to do the best for America. And I want the majority of people, or not even the majority of people, everyone in America to just equally have the chance to succeed and be happy and be free and that sort of stuff. I have no political leanings when it comes to that stuff. In fact, I don't really have any political leanings in England. I wouldn't say that I support Labour or Conservatives. I would say, if I was more left or right, I would say I can't put myself either way, because I have some left-leaning ideas and some right-leaning ideas. So I guess I would find myself in the middle more. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm a little bit like, it doesn't feel real. Since COVID, nothing feels real. It's sort of like, it's like a TV program. But even as a TV program, you'd be like, oh no, that's too far fetched. That would never happen. So it's crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I do remember when Donald Trump was running for office first time, and there were all these lefties that were saying, oh, if he comes in as the president, we're going to leave. None of them left. None of them went to Canada. Do you know what I mean? I think they should have done. I think if you're that vehement and you're like, right, if he becomes the president, I'm definitely leaving. You look like a massive arse if you stay. You all should have up sticks and just left. But anyway, yeah, didn't happen. I don't think he's going to accept the loss if he loses. And Kamala Harris might win. I don't know. And I just don't trust any of them, to be honest. But it is what it is. I don't know what it means for the rest of us, the rest of the world. Like, the rest of the world is just looking at America's political system now and just laughing. Although, to be honest, I'm not. Because England's political system is madness. It's ridiculous. In fact, I think it's all crazy. I don't know what's real. But let's talk about some other stuff that's going on in my life. So me and my partner, the baby girl, as I call her, so we've been talking for a while. We're both polyamorous, right? And we've shared a partner before, like in a throuple. And when it was good, it was great. But when it was bad, it was awful. And that part of the relationship ended between her and her. And then eventually between her and me, baby girl, and not baby girl, the other partner. So we've been just the two of us for a while now, and for about 2 years now. No, maybe a bit longer, maybe 3 years. But we've been talking more recently about maybe bringing someone else in. And I've completely left it up to her to do the legwork, not because I'm a lazy shit, but just because there's less pressure, and I would feel better that she doesn't feel pressure. And so she's joined some dating sites and created a profile and expressed on that profile that she is potentially looking to play with another girl, because she doesn't want to play with another guy, and that's fine. That's easy for me, I guess, because I haven't got to deal with the jealousy. But yeah, she has no interest in playing with any other men. And so she's expressing that she might potentially like to have a girlfriend or a female play partner, but also that we would like to as well. And she's been talking to a couple of girls. And yeah, it's funny. It's like she struggles. And every relationship that I've had that's been polyamorous, the girl has struggled when talking to other women to try and, sorry, I'm burping, flirting and that sort of stuff. And even when I've spoken to girls that I'm not with, that aren't like fully fledged long-term lesbians, but they're maybe bisexual, they struggle a little bit, and they don't really know what to do and how to secure like a date, or it sort of fizzles out and it doesn't really go anywhere. And even baby girl and my ex-partner, there was a bit of that. And it's funny, like I was talking to her about it the other evening, and it's like, well, you guys just don't know, you ladies, you don't know what to do. Unless you're a fully fledged lesbian, it's weird. It's like you've never had to deal with rejection. So you don't know how to make the first move. You don't know how to the kids say riz and that sort of stuff. It's like, it's very easy for women. I'm going to sound like a massive misogynist, and I don't give a shit. It is what it is. And in my relationship, I can be misogynistic because she chooses to stay with me and she knows who I am. But yeah, it's like, as a man, I've had to deal with rejection from women all of my life, and I've got so used to it that I don't give a shit. I don't care. So I will shoot my shot, and I will be cheeky, and I will flirt with no fear of, oh my God, this might not go well. So they just haven't had that experience, like bisexual women early on, before they fully, it depends how much experience they've got. But because they've had no experience of rejection, they fear it. They really fear it, because they don't get rejected by men. What woman gets rejected by men, right? I'll give you an example. My partner has got a birthmark, right? I'll call it a cocoa pop, and it's down in her nether regions, right, by her bottom. And it looks a little bit like a bit of poop. Now, the first time we were going to get together, I looked at that and thought, that's a bit of poop. I'm so basic as a guy, and all guys are basic. Don't let a guy tell you he's not basic. We're all basic. I turned around and saw what I thought was poo and didn't batter an eyelid. I just carried on and powered through it. Obviously, afterwards, you know, I asked her about it and it turned out it wasn't. And it was a not a birthmark, a mole. But that's us men. We're gross. So yeah, we don't really care. So I've been giving her some tips about how to talk to women, which is madness. She is a woman. And she knows how she likes to be spoken to, but she doesn't know how it works. Do you know what it's like? Women know what they like from a guy, right? But they don't know how a guy does that thing that they like. It's sort of like having a Harry Potter castle made out of Lego, right? Already built. And you're like, oh, I love that Lego Harry Potter castle. You're like, yeah, it's great, isn't it? And it's like, I built that. I followed those instructions and built it. And they're like, oh, brilliant. But if you were to take it apart, they wouldn't be able to put it together. They'd be like, I don't know how that works. That's what it's like. So they'll look at, like, my partner will look at me and, oh, I love it when you say that sort of stuff to me. When you got together with me and you made this happen and that happen. And it's like, yeah, that's my job. I know how to do that because I'm a dude and I've been doing it a long time. But she couldn't describe it. She couldn't say, well, he did this and he did that and then he thought about this and this is how that happened, because she doesn't understand. So anyway, I've been giving her some tips, and she's been talking to a few girls, or a couple of girls that I at least know about, that she told me about, because she's not going to tell me every girl she speaks to, because some of it's just waffle. Do you know what I mean? There was one girl messaged her and just said, oh, I bought some new lingerie. Do you want to see some pictures of me in it? And that turned her off, because that's like a dude. That's how a dude rolls. A dude who is uneducated about how to talk to women is like, oh, I just want to do things. Have some of this. And it's like, it turns women off. So if you're an aggressive woman like that and you're trying to talk to other women, it doesn't work. Don't do it. You need to riz them, as the kids say. Ugh, riz. But yeah, so she was like, I just blocked her, which is interesting. So if you're a guy and you try and do that to women, that's why they block you. They're not interested in that. The majority of them, some of them are, because they're freaks too, and that's fine. If two freaks meet, get it on. But this other girl she's been chatting to, she seems nice and stuff, but then it sort of got friendly rather than banter and flirty. And it's like, friendly's fine. If you wanna have a throuple, or you want to chat to a girl and you want to potentially be romantic in the future and intimate, you do need a bit of that, but you also need a bit of the old as well. Do you know what I mean? So you have to have some flirty banter too. And so I don't know what's going to happen with that one. And that might not even be a throuple. That might just be her exploring with this other girl. But I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But the other girl, there was another girl that she's been chatting to. And the day after chatting to me and getting my advice, because I was like, right, first of all, regardless of who messages each other first, you need to say who you are. You need to, reach out and stuff. I'm wearing a corset to hold my stomach in because of my operation, and it's all twisted up. And I said, you need to be quite clear about what you're looking for, but you need to be quite chill as well, and a bit of flirty banter, and see if you get that flirty banter back. And then if you get that flirty banter back, don't let that go on for too long. Just ask her out, but also don't ask. Just tell her, give her an option of when rather than yes or no. So she followed my my advice the next morning, and she saw someone on there she liked the look of, messaged her, had a bit of flirty banter for a little couple of messages, few messages, and then said, okay, when are we going to meet for a coffee, the three of us? And she was like, oh, maybe Wednesday. And so we've got a date Wednesday. And it's like, that's golden. That's golden advice from me, and it worked out brilliant. So yeah, we're gonna go and meet this girl, and I've seen an image of her. She looks really cute and stuff. And I don't know what her personality's like. Like, I'm letting baby girl chat to her and stuff. Like I said, it's easier to just let her do her thing. That way, I know there's no pressure from me. And yeah, so she came bounding in yesterday, and she's like, Dad! And I'm like, yeah, what's up, baby? And she's like, we got a date on Wednesday. And I'm like, she don't talk like that, by the way. She doesn't speak like that. Yeah, the date's going to go great until the girl meets her and goes, hi. But yeah, so then she gets embarrassed. Like, I left home earlier to go into town for coffee and pick up some bits. And I said, oh, enjoy your day of flirting. And she got all, and got all bashful and shy about it, which I love. I love, like, annoying her and teasing her about being bashful and stuff. So yeah, we got a date Wednesday. We're going to a swingers club tonight as well. It's like a swingers social at like this swingers venue as well. They've got like, there's like a social area, and there's a pool and hot tubs and like private rooms or rooms that you can see through, and they've got other things that I probably can't mention on TikTok or YouTube. So we go into that tonight. We're not going to hook up with anyone though, because that's just something that we do because we like being adventurous with each other around other people, and occasionally watching other people doing stuff. But yeah, we're going to that tonight, and we haven't been since the start of June or the middle of June because I had my operation. So we're excited to go. We're going to dress up and stuff for that tonight. So we're excited. So maybe next episode, I'll be able to tell you how the date went on Wednesday and how tonight goes at the old swingers club. But yeah, anyway, listen, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, regardless of what you're doing. And if you're watching this all the way through and you got to this point, I appreciate you. It's nice that you've done that. And do you know what? Go and listen to the other episodes. They're shite, probably more or less the same level of shiteness. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I've got some editing to do, and I need to shave my head because I know it looks like I'm completely bald, but I just want to make sure that I look pucker. I need to shave the face. I need to blacken my boots and shine those and have a bath and all that. I need to beautify myself. Really, I could do about 6 months worth of beautification. But anyway, have a good rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon. I love you. Bye.